Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel for e-learning. In this lecture, I will explain how to design the tool shank. The tool shank is the part of tool on which the tool tip is supported. Generally, a single point cutting tool can be either a single piece of metal or long tool shank with sharp insert attached to the end. The long tool shank of single point cutting tool may be in square or rectangular or circular cross section. So these are shown in figure in this slide. So this is a square cross section, this is rectangular cross section, and this is circular cross section. The rectangular tool shank is most commonly used among lathe tools. The square tool shank is most widely used in boring machines, turret lathes, and automates because of better strength and stiffness under compound bending stresses. The circular section tool shank is mostly used as boring and threading tools as it allows the tool to be rotated about the axis. So let us discuss the design of tool shank. The tool shank can be designed based on its strength and rigidity. To design tool shank, first we have to assume the tool is loaded as a cantilever. The loads are acting at the tip of the tool as shown in figure. So there will be a vertical force and there will be a horizontal forces. So by using the starting point of the first approximation of the answers, we can omit all the forces and torsional effects except the vertical force Pz that converge more quickly to the correct answers. So now consider strength criteria. So now consider the vertical force Pz is acting at the tool tip. That is only one cutting force is considered. So the stress can be found from this relation, that is stress sigma is equal to mz divided by ixx, where m means bending moment, z means height of outermost layer from the neutral axis, and ixs moment of inertia about this axis. So actually this relation was obtained from bending equations. So we know that the bending equation is equal to m by I is equal to F by Y is equal to E by R. So m is the bending moment, I is moment of inertia, F is stress, Y is the height of outermost layer from the neutral axis, E is Young's modulus, and R is radius of curvature. So we'll consider the first of the equation, that is m by I is equal to F by Y. So from this it is very clear that F, that is stress, is equal to mi divided by I. So that means bending moment. So Y means here it is Z. So that is height of outermost layer from the neutral axis, and Ixx, that is moment of inertia about x axis. So now find out the bending moment and moment of inertia about x-axis. So I already told that we have to consider the cantilever beam, because when the tool is acting on the tool tip, it will be considered as a cantilever beam. So for cantilever beam carrying point load at its free end, the bending moment will be W into L. So W means load, L is length. So here we have to consider P, that is load, and L. So bending moment is P into L. Similarly, the Z means the height of the outermost layer from the neutral axis. So let it be, this is the rectangular cross section. This is the width of the tool, and this is height of the tool. So this is a neutral axis. So the distance between these two, actually total distance or total depth or height is h. So we have to consider the height of outermost layer. So this is outermost layer. from the neutral axis. So this is neutral axis. The distance between these two is h by 2. Then moment of inertia about x-axis. For rectangular section, it is bh cube divided by 12. If it is other axis, that is z-axis, hb cube divided by 12. Similarly, for square section, if we consider, it is h power 4 divided by 12. The other axis, it is b power 4 divided by 12. In case if you consider the cross section is circular one, it is pi d power 4 divided by 64. So if we substitute this bending moment z value and moment of inertia about x-axis in the stress equation, we'll get stress is equal to 6 load into L divided by BH square. So if the cutting tool material permissible bending strength is sigma BP, so that means stress, permissible bending stress or permissible bending strength, then the design of tool shank based on the strength will be expressed as 6PZL, that is vertical direction load into L, 6PL divided by BH squared, that should be greater than or equal to permissible bending strength. Suppose the other component force is considered, that is x force is considered, then the same steps you need to follow in order to find out the stress which is acting along these directions. So when you consider this force, then this becomes height, that is b, and this becomes base, that is h. So as usual, the bending moment will be P into L because it is like a cantilever beam. So Z means here X is considered because this another direction. So instead of Z, X will be considered. The X is the outermost layer from the neutral axis. So this is going to be outermost layer and this is neutral axis, that is B by 2. Then moment of inertia about this axis is hb cube divided by 12. So if you substitute in the stress equation, you can able to get 6 load that is in the x direction into L divided by hb square. So if both the cutting forces are considered, then permissible bending strength is equal to permissible bending strength along the x-axis and plus permissible bending strength along the z-axis. So if add together, finally you will get 6L divided by BH into PZ, that is vertical direction load divided by H plus horizontal direction load divided by B. So if the cutting tool material permissible bending strength is sigma BP, then the design of tool shank based on the strength will be expressed as 6L divided by BH into vertical direction load divided by H plus horizontal direction load divided by B, that should be greater than or equal to permissible bending strength. So if we know the permissible bending strength and cutting forces, then the tool shank can be determined using this equation. So 6 only vertical direction load is considered, 6 P into L divided by BH squared, that should be greater than or equal to permissible bending strength. Suppose vertical forces as well as the horizontal forces are considered, then we have to use these equations. Similarly, here H and B relationship we should know. If it is square cross section, H is equal to B. For rectangular section, H is equal to 1.6 B. So the relationship between B and H for designing square section, H is equal to B. For designing rectangular section, H is equal to 1.6 B. Now consider the rigidity criteria or stiffness criteria. Again, consider the vertical force which is acting at the tip of the tool. Then you have to consider this as a cantilever beam. Then you can able to find out the deflections. So that means cantilever is having a point load at its free end. the deflection, maximum deflection will be PL cube divided by 3EI. So we have to consider this deflection equation for designing tool shank. So that means P, that is vertical load P in Z direction, L cube divided by 3E into moment of inertia about x-axis. So moment of inertia about x-axis is BH cube divided by 12. So now substitute the moment of inertia and the deflection equation, that is instead of I, it is BH cube divided by 12. Then finally you will get deflection is equal to 4PL cube divided by EBH cube. So if the permissible deflection is delta P, then the design of tool shank based on rigidity or stiffness will be expressed as 4PL cube divided by EBH cube, that should be greater than or equal to permissible deflection. So here it is the vertical load, L is the overhang length, and E is the Young's modulus. Normally structural steel we are going to use as a shank material. So Young's modulus will be 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. And B and H are tool shank dimensions. So normally the delta P is equal to 0.1 mm for roughing tool and 0.05 mm for finishing tools. So the tool shank dimensions can be determined as per strength and rigidity as discussed earlier and used as the basis for selection of nearest standard selection from the following table. So this table shows the standard dimensions of tool shank. If it is circular cross section, the diameter varying from 6, 8, 10 up to 50 mm. Similarly, if it is square cross section, 6 cross 6 mm, 8 cross 8 mm up to 50 cross 50 mm. If it is rectangular section, I already told that the relationship between B and H, here 1.6 B, H is equal to 1.6 B is considered as considered for roughing tool. Hence, the standard tool shank dimensions are 4 cross 6 mm, 5 cross 8 mm, 6 cross 10 mm up to 32 cross 50 mm. So if you solve this problem, you can able to understand the design of tool shank easily. So the problem is, in a rough turning operation with a straight shank braced tool of rectangular section mounted with a overhang of 60 millimeter. The main cutting force was found to be 2320 Newton. The tool body is made up of carbon steel having permissible bending strength is equal to 200 Newton per mm square and modulus of elasticity E is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. If the permissible deflection of the tool tip is 0.1 mm, determine the tool shank dimensions. So if you solve this problem, you can able to understand the design of tool shank in better way. So read the question again and write the given data. So overhang of 60 mm, so length is given as 60 mm. The main cutting force was found to be 2320 Newton. So P is at, because only one cutting force is given, that you have to consider as a vertical force, and that is equal to, that is PZ is equal to 2320 Newton. Then permissible bending strength is 200 Newton per mm square, that is sigma BP is equal to 200 Newton per mm square, and Young's modulus E is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square, and finally the deflection is equal to 0.1 mm. So with this given data, we have to find the tool shank dimensions, that is B and H. So first we have to assume H by B ratio, given one is rectangular one. So the recommended one is H by B is equal to 1.6 for a roughing tool. So that means H is equal to 1.6 B. H is equal to 1.6 times B. So now consider this strength equation. We know that 6PZL divided by BH squared is equal to bending strength. Now substitute all the values. 6 into cutting force as 2320, L as 60 divided by B into H is 1.6B. So 1.6B whole squared, which is equal to 200. So only one unknown is B. So from this relation, you will get B is equal to 11.7 mm, say 12 mm. Now you substitute here H is equal to 1.6 B. B already we found that 12 mm. So 1.6 into 12 mm is equal to 19.2 mm, say 20. So B is 12 and H is 20. So now you consider the tool shank dimensions are 12 cross 20 mm. Right. So we found that the tool shank dimensions are 12 cross 20 mm. Whether this 12 cross 20 mm tool shank dimensions is satisfying the conditions based on the strength and rigidity or stiffness, let us discuss. So now the tool shank is subjected to cutting force 2320 Newton. So let us check these tool shanks dimensions are satisfying strength and rigidity equation. We know that this is the strength equation. So from this, what we are going to do, we are going to find out that force in the vertical direction, that is PZ is equal to bending strength into BH square divided by 6 into L. So now substitute B is equal to 12, H is equal to 20, bending strength as 200 Newton per mm square divided by 6 into 60, you will get 2666 Newton. So this force is greater than the given cutting force, that is 2320. Hence, this dimensions is okay as far as the strength criteria. Now consider rigidity or stiffness criteria. We know that 4P L cube divided by EBH cube is equal to deflections. So from this, we can able to find out the force in vertical direction, which is equal to deflection into EBH cube divided by 4L cube. So now substitute all the values. Delta P is 0.1, E is 2 into 10 power 5, B is 12 and H is 20 divided by 4 into 60. And you will get 2222 Newton. But this force is less than the given cutting force, that is 2320. So if you choose this tool shank dimensions, that is 12 cross 20, then the design of tool shank is unsafe. So because as per this rigidity or stiffness criteria point of view, it is not satisfying. Hence, what we have to do, now look at the following table in order to select the next standard size tool shank. See, this we already considered 12 cross 20. Now the next standard size is 16 cross 25. So now this tool shank is subjected to same cutting force 2320 Newton. Let us check these tool shank dimensions are satisfying strength and rigidity equation. So we select this 1625 mm tool shank dimensions. Again, it is subjected to 2320 Newton. We are going to check these tool shank dimensions are satisfying strength and rigidity criteria. So when you substitute the values in the strength equation, you will get 5555 Newton. So that is greater than the given cutting force. Similarly, this 16 cross 25, you substitute in the rigidity or stiffness equation. And if you substitute these values, you will get 5787 Newton. So again, this is also greater than the given cutting force. Hence, the design of tool shank is safe. So finally, we can conclude the dimensions of the tool shank is 16 cross 25 mm. So this is the way you can able to design the tool shank. So I hope you learned the concept of tool shank design. So thank you very much for watching this video. So if you like this video, subscribe this video, share this video. So once again, thank you very much.